In the largest data set ever assembled on the timing of juvenile salmon migration, a new research study has found that the changing climate is causing some salmon populations to migrate earlier. This occurs when the timing of the migration of the salmon is out of sync with the plankton blooms that are also affected by the changing weather patterns. This puts the survival of the salmon population at risk. The lead author on this research, Sam Wilson, who is a postdoctoral researcher in the Salmon Watersheds Lab of Simon Fraser University, said that as climate change continues, the migration timing of the salmon will become less and less in alignment with the plankton bloom, which is an essential part of their existence. Pacific salmon of various species are at risk of becoming endangered or even extinct due to overharvesting, habitat destruction, and other factors. However, in response to climate change, Wilson observed that juvenile salmon populations have adapted and adopted a different migration time as a coping mechanism that helps them to survive. Wilson gathered data from research projects around North America, including Alaska and Oregon, on 66 wild Pacific salmon populations dated going back over 20 years. On average, the pink and chin salmon types changed most drastically with a 7-day shift earlier in migration time per decade, whereas the other species displayed no change on average. But Wilson noted that the changes in salmon migration were not consistent, with some populations displaying different migration times than their counterparts. Unfortunately, when major occurrences such as the heatwave known as the blob occurred for 3 years between 2013 and 2016, it led to a decrease in the number of young salmon surviving due to the failed alignment of their migration with the plankton bloom. Due to this finding, the study's authors advise avoiding a one-size-fits-all approach to management and instead look at using the fact that certain populations have adjusted differently as a sign that salmon have tools to survive climate change. Wilson reminded us of the importance of preserving the habitat on which biodiversity depends. She concluded that the unpredictability of salmon migration times may give scientists and managers alike a headache in trying to predict and manage the species. However, it is an important factor in ensuring the continued survival of the salmon population. Therefore, we must maintain this diversity to keep having salmon in our habitats, oceans, and meal tables in the future.